Have you ever sat in a room full of people and still felt completely alone, or felt that quiet fear when the phone rings less often, when conversations fade, and your home becomes a little too silent? There's a kind of loneliness that doesn't come from being physically alone, but from feeling unseen, unheard, disconnected. But what if I told you this? Loneliness is not a punishment. It's a signal, a call from your soul, guiding you back to something precious you may have forgotten. Today we're going to explore 5 profound truths that can help you transform loneliness into peace, clarity, and inner strength. 1. Accepting your own presence. Why are we so afraid of being alone? Because being alone means facing ourselves without distraction. No noise, no validation, and no escape. There's an old story. A man spent his entire life searching for a hidden treasure. He traveled across continents, climbed mountains, crossed oceans, always chasing the promise of something more. Years later, exhausted and empty-handed, he returned home, and by chance, he discovered a map buried beneath the floor of his own house. He dug beneath it and found the treasure right where he had started. The truth is simple, but not easy. What we are searching for is often already within us. We run from solitude because we don't yet feel at peace with ourselves. But the moment you stop resisting your own presence, you realize something powerful. You are your most constant companion. Not everyone will stay. Not every relationship will last. But you will always be there. And when you begin to accept that, truly accept it, loneliness starts to soften and transform into something quieter, something deeper. 2. Connection is not about quantity. We often measure connection by numbers. How many friends we have, how many messages we receive, how many people remember our birthdays. But numbers can be deceiving. You can be surrounded by hundreds of people and still feel disconnected. And you can be alone, yet feel deeply connected to life. Imagine a lone pine tree standing at the top of a mountain. From a distance, it looks isolated, almost forgotten. But beneath the surface, its roots stretch deep into the earth, intertwining with the soil, the water, the unseen network of life. That tree is not alone. It is deeply connected, just not in a visible way. The same is true for you. True connection is not loud. It is not crowded. It is not forced. It is quiet, meaningful, and deeply rooted. When your mind becomes still, when your heart becomes calm, you begin to attract connections that resonate with who you truly are. Not the version of you that seeks approval, but the version that simply exists authentically. And in that space, you may have fewer people around you, but the connections you do have will feel real. 3. Letting go of the need for validation. So much of our suffering comes from one simple habit: trying to be seen, trying to be approved, trying to be enough for others. We shape ourselves to fit expectations. We say things we don't mean. We hide parts of who we are, just to be accepted. But what happens when there's no one around to impress? At first it feels uncomfortable, but then something unexpected happens. You begin to feel free. There's a story about a monk who spent his days sweeping fallen leaves in silence. One day, a visitor asked him, "Why do you do this every day? No one is watching. No one will praise you." The monk smiled and replied, "I am not sweeping for others. I am sweeping because in this moment, I am fully alive." That is true freedom, when your actions are no longer driven by the need for recognition, but by the simple joy of being present. Loneliness removes the audience, and without an audience, you are no longer performing. You are simply. And in that space, you don't need to prove anything anymore. For turning silence into wisdom, silence can feel heavy, Uncomfortable, even frightening. We are so used to filling every moment with noise. Music, conversations, notifications, distractions. Because silence forces us to listen, not to the world, but to ourselves. But silence is not empty. It is full of thoughts we've ignored, full of emotions we've suppressed, full of truths we've avoided. And if you stay with it long enough, silence begins to change. It becomes a space of clarity, a space where your mind slows down and your awareness sharpens. Instead of fearing silence, try this. Sit with it. Breathe into it. Listen, not with your ears, but with your attention. Because in silence, something profound happens. You begin to hear the quiet intelligence of life itself. The answers you've been searching for, the peace you've been chasing, they don't come from outside. They emerge from within. 5. Love is a flow, not possession. One of the deepest pains of loneliness comes from loss. People leaving, relationships ending, moments that will never return. We often believe that when someone leaves, the love leaves within. But that's not true. Love is not something you own. It's not something you hold on to. Love is like a river. Water flows, constantly moving, constantly changing. You can't hold on to the same drop of water forever, but the river continues. Even when someone walks out of your life, the love you felt does not disappear. It becomes part of you. It shapes you. It softens you. It teaches you. And in time, in new forms, in new connections, in new experiences. So instead of asking, why did they leave? Try asking, what did this love give me? Because nothing real is ever truly lost. It simply changes form. Loneliness is not the end of connection. It is the beginning of a deeper one. A connection with yourself, with your inner world, with the quiet intelligence that has always been there waiting. As you grow older, as life becomes quieter, you are not fading. You are being invited to write a new chapter. A chapter filled not with noise, but with wisdom. Not with validation, but with peace. Not with dependency, but with freedom. So if you've ever felt alone, know this is not. You are not empty. You are becoming. And if this message resonates with you, take a moment and write in the comments, I am at peace. Let's share that energy and remind each other that even in solitude, we are never truly alone.